The California Collegiate League playoffs begin right here as the Conejo Oaks host the MLB Academy Barons and the Oaks' quest for a third straight CCL championship. So great to be here with you this afternoon alongside Sammy Fawn. My name is Calvin Kaplan, and Sammy, the Oaks are looking to advance to the CCL South divisional round today and looking to do it against a Barons team that hasn't made the CCL playoffs since 2016. A big achievement for them this year.
Yeah, the Barons certainly have a chip on their shoulder, and what's also interesting is that each of these teams have won against one another at home each time. These teams have faced each other 6 times this season, 3 times at each ballpark, and each time the home team has won. But that does not guarantee a win for the Oaks at home today. The Barons have had some new talent and prospects added to their lineup recently, one of whom has since been drafted as he heads to his freshman year at University of Miami, and that's Anthony Murphy. So the Oaks cannot take it easy today. They've got to play with the hard fight and grit that they've shown all season, and the stakes are very high, and the Oaks are looking to three-peat this season.
Absolutely. Should be fun to watch. And like you said, the Barons' heart of the order is looking strong. We'll take you through their lineup right now, starting with the center fielder, Eiji Sawamura, at the top of the order. He's followed by the third baseman, Mark Emmerman, and the first baseman, Jason Del Villar. Left fielder, Nick Sanders, hits fourth. He's followed by the right fielder, Anthony Murphy, recently drafted in the 16th round by the Washington Nationals. After that, it's the shortstop, David Aguirre, catcher, Isaac Ocampo, and DH Jackson Tyler. Second baseman, Israel Espinoza, bats ninth. For the Oaks in the outfield, Zach Nagy, Owen Mealy, and Tyler Antwine from left to right. In the infield, Matthew Whitco, Danny Aguilera, Zach Mora, and Tyson Reese. And catcher Aiden Voiles is behind the plate. Starting on the mound for the Oaks, Derek Turner, a .494 ERA. The Oaks in their powder blue uniforms. Barons wearing the navy uniforms with red numbering and gray pants. The Oaks in white pants. 76 degrees and sunny at 4:03 p.m. here at Ventura College as we prepare to get underway. Turner gets set, gets an inside target from his catcher, Voiles. He winds and delivers. First pitch, fastball chopped to short. Played by Aguilera on 2 hops. He throws to first for an easy first ground ball out.
Great job by Aguilera remaining steady there in spite of a speedy runner, Sawamura, hustling to first. Aguilera was able to just keep cool. He didn't rush his throw, and he gets a very routine first out, and it's going to be super important for the Oaks to maintain that consistency in their defense today.
Absolutely. Aguilera, a recent switch to shortstop in some games, but he's done well. First pitch, fastball strike at the knees to Mark Emmerman. And you also mentioned the speed of Sawamura. He's got 28 stolen bases this season. That's the best in the CCL. Turner gets his target, winds and delivers. Fastball hit harder to short, played by Aguilera on 5 hops. He throws to first, restretches, and makes the play for the second out.
Aguilera is able to field his first 2 tests. And the defense for the Oaks has overall been outstanding this season. Obviously, you're going to have a hiccup here and there, especially in summer ball, but that's certainly an instrumental factor in all of their wins this season.
And getting a quick start here for the Oaks is also great for Derek Turner, who has 2 starts of 5 innings this season. He's been a great pitcher for the Oaks. He's touched above 94 miles an hour on his fastball this season. First pitch is a fastball strike on the outside corner to Jason Del Villar, a big power hitter for the Barons with 4 home runs this season.
For a lot of the beginning of the season, Del Villar was leading the league in home runs.
Cooled off a little bit since then. Next pitch, fastball just misses inside to Del Villar. The count is 1-1.
And Turner, a pitcher who his record certainly does not reflect the type of season he has had for the Oaks. He has been an instrumental part of this staff that has really carried them through the week.
1-1. Slider called strike on the outside corner. A nice pitch from Turner for strike 2. You said it, a 1-2 record for him on the season, but .494 ERA and 31 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts and just 9 walks.
His last outing was his best so far against the Barons back on July 22nd. He was the winning pitcher who got 5 innings.
1-2, swung on and missed. A slider blows away Del Villar, and it's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first for Derek Turner. The Oaks have been solid so far, and they'll come to the plate next. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the first at Pirate Park, and the Oaks come to bat against the Barons. We'll take you through Conejo's lineup in this CCL opening playoff game. Owen Mealy, the center fielder, is batting leadoff. He's followed by the first baseman Tyson Reese and the designated hitter Caden Stillwell. Third baseman Matthew Whitco hits fourth. He's backed up by the right fielder Tyler Antwine, left fielder Zach Nagy, shortstop Danny Aguilera, and catcher Aiden Voiles. Second baseman Zach Mora bats ninth. For the Barons in the outfield, Nick Sanders, Eiji Sawamura, and Anthony Murphy from left to right. Mark Emmerman, David Aguirre, Israel Espinosa, and Jason Del Villar from left to right in the infield. Isaac Ocampo is behind the plate. And on the mound for the Barons, one of their best pitchers as a mid-season addition, Frankie Lopez.
Lopez, a few weeks ago, named Pitcher of the Week for the CCL. This is his third season with the MLB Academy Barons. And he has shown another outstanding stretch for the Barons. He was last seen on July 15th in a 5-4 win against the San Diego Waves. That was a game in which he threw 6 innings and allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. He did strike out 8 batters, and he is certainly the guy for today that the Barons need today. Obviously, Amari Yolas not eligible as he pitched on Saturday. Threw an outstanding 6 shutout innings against the San Luis Obispo Blues.
And he also earned Pitcher of the Week, so the Barons have had 2 of the last 3 Pitchers of the Week to end the season. First pitch coming to Owen Mealy, here it is. Fastball tails outside. It's ball 1 to the center fielder.
We had a chance to talk to Frankie Lopez a couple weeks ago on what was the third to last episode of On the Horizon, a CCL baseball podcast, and he was great to have on the show, a joy to talk to.
There's a chopper to third, stopped on a slide by Emmerman. He throws to first and gets Mealy by a few steps. What a play at third base by Mark Emmerman.
Yeah, great defense by Mark Emmerman, who, by the way, has his dad in attendance today at Ventura College. And he has shown that defensive athleticism all season. He has been so key. And same thing for the Barons. It's going to be super important for their defense to be locked in and consistent.
Tyson Reese gets ready to face Frankie Lopez, who enters today with a 2.38 ERA. The pitch, fastball just low for ball 1. And you said it, we talked to Lopez on the podcast. This is his 4th appearance this season, and when we talked to him a few weeks back, you can tell just how happy he is to be back with the Barons. This is his 3rd summer with them, really enthusiastic about the environment that this team creates. 1-0, swung on and missed on a breaking ball in the dirt. It's 1-1.
And when you combine that excitement and that enthusiasm and joy that he shows with his grit and his competitive nature and determination on the mound, makes him quite a character.
1-1 pitch on the way to Tyson Reese. Here it is. Swinging a high drive, smoke to right, and it gets down easily, all the way to the wall. It's played by Murphy off the wall. Reese runs to second, throw in, dropped by Espinoza, and Tyson Reese has himself a double, the first hit for either team.
Just what the Oaks needed. With 1 out, Tyson Reese smokes a ball that looked like it hung a bit. Looked like it may have been a slider from Lopez, and he just yanks that to right field to the wall. And the Oaks threaten, and here's a guy who has been clutch and has been probably the most consistent base visitor for the Oaks this season.
Yeah, it's Caden Stillwell coming up. Stillwell, 356 average this season. He gets to the first pitch. It's a fastball called strike on the outer edge. Reese got huge contact. That was maybe the hardest hit ball we've seen from him this season. He's now at second base, and Stillwell is in the lineup hitting third. And with the absence of Brandon Contreras, the Oaks' leading hitter in batting average, they'll really need Stillwell and others today. The 0-1 pitch, bunt shown. It's laid down perfectly. Back to Lopez. He plays it to his right, throws to first, and gets the out. But Reese is at third base with 2 outs in the inning.
Bold decision that paid off from Stillwell. Lays down an excellent bunt. Plenty good enough to move Reese to third. And a great play by Lopez, too, to play it off the mound and get the only out he had.
So Matthew Whitco steps up with Tyson Reese at third. Whitco playing third base today. Looking to drive in the game's first run. Lopez gets set. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball dips low below the zone. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Whitco with 1 home run on the CCL 2026 season so far. That was against the Arroyo Seco Saints.
His first home run of his collegiate career. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the letters. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Whitco's hitting .337 on the year, so also been able to hit for average, 22 RBIs. He's coming off an 0-for-4 day against the Blues back on July 24th, although he did have an RBI and a walk. Pause and the 1-1. Swinging a chopper to right side over to second. Played by Espinoza. He throws to first and gets the out. Frankie Lopez starts with a scoreless first. A double, but Reese gets left at third. After 1, no score. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Top of the second at Pirate Park. No score between the Oaks and the Barons. Derek Turner is back on the mound for the Oaks, and he had a strong first inning, ending it with a strikeout of Jason Del Villar. That was Turner's 30th strikeout of the season. He's done well at getting swings and misses all season long.
He certainly has, and he's been able to work efficiently quite often. And, considering how, low, and by low I don't mean poor, but how, he has a 1-2 record, certainly not reflective of the long season that he has had, but I was talking about before, his last outing, by far his best outing, one that he looks to just continue to build off of and get that momentum and replicate, I'd say, as he threw 5 innings in his last outing. And Barron's certainly a team that he's familiar with and understands as far as how to execute.
He gets the cleanup hitter Nick Sanders first. Sanders playing in left field today, and the outfield's deep for him. Here's the pitch. Fastball backs him up inside for ball 1. Sanders has 3 home runs this season, and he batted .387 in the regular season, 4th best among hitters in the CCL. One-0. Check swing, but it's a called strike. Derek Turner gets the count back even at 1-1.
That's the kind of movement that Turner has been able to thrive with and just throw hitters off balance.
He gets an outside target from Voiles. Here's the kick in the 1-1. Cutter swung on and missed for strike 2. That's a pitch that Derek Turner likes a lot, and he, after talking to him after his last start, he said that really he likes to just rely on the fastball and the changeup, but he turns to that cutter as well, as we know, as we saw right there, to get movement. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sanders. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball popped up right side in foul territory. Reese runs it down toward the bullpen. He falls into the barrier, and it goes out of play.
Let's hope Reese is okay. That's something he's... And that all the Oaks are certainly going to want to be careful of today. This is not the day to get injured. You need to have your best players reliable and ready to go. We already have, or the Oaks already have Contreras injured from getting hit a few days back. Oaks don't want to have any unnecessary accidents.
Yeah, it was a painful hit by pitch that Contreras took to the hand on Friday, and the Oaks has lost to the Blues on the road. Here's the 1-2. Fastball smoked right into the glove of Whitco at third base. Whitco leapt at the perfect time and made the play for the first out.
Boy, what an excellent play by Whitco. He saw that one coming right off the bat and was steady as ever.
Sanders torched that one, and yet he got out. Now Anthony Murphy comes up. And this is one of the most fun players to see in the CCL right now. Anthony Murphy in his 4th game with the Barons. Swings at a pitch and misses for strike 1.
Oak seeing him for the first time. And just to think, you're facing a guy who's already been drafted in the 16th round by the Nationals. Certainly not the guy to miss your location on.
0-1 count. Murphy's batting .286. Pitch is low on a fastball 1-1. And yeah, you said it. Murphy got drafted by the Nationals in the 16th round. He's likely to play in college, was a recent LSU commit who flipped to Miami. And he is within the top 40 players in his class, according to Perfect Game, number 39 overall. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Turner changes up the speed and gets Murphy to whiff for strike 2.
Well, there you go again with Turner being able to fool the batters there and just throw him off balance, and he's got nasty movement.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Turner looks in. He throws. Cutter chopped foul to the left side. It goes to the backstop. It's still 1-2.
Murphy battling Turner at the plate here. Murphy just looking to strike a spark.
Count is 1-2 with 1 out. Murphy jumps back in. Outfield playing at moderate depth. Mealy to the left of second in center field. 1 out and nobody on. The kick and the pitch. Cutter dips low and away. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Murphy adjusts his gloves. After him, it will be David Aguirre, shortstop who's batting at .295 on the season. No Elijah Clayton today for the Barons. He has missed the last 2 games due to an injury. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in gets Murphy spinning, and that's the 2nd strikeout for Turner for the 2nd out of the inning.
Boy, what a battle that was, and Turner able to come out on top as he goes up and in on Murphy. He's able to execute his location and get him swinging.
David Aguirre now comes up. Aguirre has, in addition to the .295 average, 14 RBIs this season. Redshirted at Loyola Marymount in 2026. And he takes a fastball way outside that gets away from Voiles for ball 1. The winner of this game takes on the Orange County Riptide at Great Park tomorrow at 7 p.m. Long trip for the Oaks, less so for the Barons. The 1-0. Swung on, popped up, foul over the fence on the right side.
Yeah, I was just going to say for the Barons, might not even be an hour of a bus ride from Compton to Irvine. On the other hand, coming from Ventura, there's always traffic and you may hit the 405.
Yeah, we've seen some 4-hour-plus bus rides to Great Park. Here's the kick in the 1-1. Fastball catches the inside corner for strike 2. Derek Turner's location just continues to be great. We mentioned the 9 walks all season. He's not throwing many, he's not really throwing any bad pitches right now.
Yeah, not at all.
Outside target, the 1-2. Cutter just outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Isaac Ocampo, the catcher, is on deck. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Aguirre at the plate. Turner fires. Swinging a chopper over to second. Played straight away by Zach Mora. He throws to Reese, who squeezes for the out. 1-2-3 again for Derek Turner. And it's still 0-0 between the Oaks and the Barons. A pitcher's duel to start. The Oaks will be back to bat after this. It's the bottom of the second at Pirate Park. No score between the Oaks and the Barons. And Tyler Antwine is coming up for the Oaks to face Frankie Lopez, who allowed a big double off Tyson Reese's bat in the first, but threw just 10 pitches and stranded Reese at third.
Tyler Antwine batting in the middle of the lineup. First time we've seen that in quite a while. Usually see him between the 6 and 8 spots.
He's number 5 today. First pitch, slider goes way outside and low for ball 1. Antwine has reached base in 5 in a row, and he's on a 2-game hitting streak. He went 1 for 3 against the Philippines on Sunday in the Oaks' 11-3 victory in their last regular season game. Pause from Lopez and the 1-0. Fastball tipped into the mid of Ocampo. It's 1-1.
And we know that Antwine does have quite a bit of power, as we saw him hit 2 home runs in the season, 1 during the regular season and 1 during the preseason exhibition against the Dodgers, the Coastal Dodgers, that is.
1-1. Slider misses below the zone. Kind of a short arm delivery there from Lopez, and the count is 2-1.
And all of these CCL playoffs going on while the Foresters continue to play in the National Baseball Congress in Wichita.
Kick in the 2-1. Swung on, hit hard to the left and foul down the line on a ground ball. Antwine adjusts his gloves with the count at 2-2, and Zach Nagy, the left fielder, on deck.
Second time we've seen Zach Nagy in left field today. We usually see him. He's been the Oaks' most regular shortstop.
One of many late season switches for the Oaks. 2-2, swung on and missed. Lopez gets Antwine early on a changeup, and that's the first out.
And that's the first strikeout for Lopez on the day. He was able to tie up Antwine there. Now he has to face Zach Nagy.
Nagy went over 4 against the Philippines on Sunday, but had back-to-back multi-hit days before that. He's reached base in 8 games in a row. The pitch. Fastball upstairs at the letters for ball 1. Danny Aguilera is on deck. 1-0 count. Lopez from the stretch delivers. Fastball strike on the outer half. Frankie Lopez has not necessarily had blow-away speed today, but he's getting good location and good movement when he tries his off-speed pitches as well.
Yeah, I think his command has been there for the most part.
Kick in the 1-1. Fastball strike at the knees on the outside corner. Nagy is behind 1-2.
Barons have a few guys on the mound with very intimidating speed. Before the game today, we were talking about Tate Foxon, the former Oaks, and him reaching the 90s.
1-2. Sweeper misses outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And yeah, in this game in particular, there are 3 guys with blazing speeds. You got Yolas and Foxon on the Barons, and then Derek Turner on the Oaks is no slouch. He's been above 94 this season. Here's the 2-2. Fastball tipped foul to the right side. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zach Nagy.
Nagy putting up a pretty good at-bat against a tough pitcher in Lopez. Looking to continue to make him work.
Lopez entered today with a 2.38 ERA. Here's the 2-2. Just outside. Lopez can't quite locate that pitch, and it's 3-2.
Pretty good spot from Lopez. Just missed a little bit off, and the framing job by Ocampo was just not enough.
3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fastball just outside. That was a close ball 4, but Zach Nagy gets on base. He's the second base runner for the Oaks today.
Lopez came close, but not close enough there. Just nibbled a little bit outside the strike zone. And that's certainly a call he would have liked to have had. But Oaks threatened with 1 out. And that's another thing. The walks are definitely going to hurt either team that issues them today.
Nagy at first extending his lead. He's got 8 stolen bases this year. Pitch to Aguilera. It's a fastball strike on the outer edge. Aguilera has gotten hits in back-to-back games. He had 2 hits on Sunday against the Philippines. And he's batting .295 this season. Nagy at first, 1 out, 0-1 count and no score. The next delivery. Fastball hammered into right center. Sawamura chases in center. Murphy in right makes the catch instead, and that's the second out of the inning.
Great play by Murphy, and even though Sawamura may be a faster runner, the ball was gliding more towards Anthony Murphy, and he had a much better angle on it, so he wisely called it off to make a key second out.
We actually saw the last time the Oaks played the Barons, Sawamura tried to do a little bit too much on a ball that went into right field, and that cost the Barons when Nick Sanders probably could have played it. So it's definitely important to point out Murphy making the play there. Aiden Voiles is up with 2 outs and 1 on. The pitch is a slider strike on the outer half, and Frankie Lopez gets plenty of movement on that slider. Nagy extends at first. Zach Mora is on deck, and Voiles is at the plate. 0-1. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second. Skips. Tag is down. And Nagy's out. He tried to pick up his hand, but couldn't get past Israel Espinoza. That ends the second inning. A walk, no hits, and nobody left. No score between the Oaks and the Barons after 2. You're watching the 2026 CCL South wildcard game. After 2 innings, the Barons and the Oaks are still scoreless, and Derek Turner is back out for his 3rd inning of pitching. He's thrown 23 pitches through 2 innings, and he struck out 2 batters and has not yet allowed a hit. Everything has looked sharp so far.
Yeah, he's certainly had great pitching, and at the same time, the defense has been able to balance it out by doing their jobs. And Aguilera has really transitioned seamlessly from the corner infield to the middle infield when he's played there. And even with the last ground ball that was hit just past Turner on the mound, I was a little concerned when I saw Turner stick his glove out and thinking that that might kill the momentum of the ball in the Barons' favor, but great pitching and great defense is what we've seen from the Oaks so far.
No mistakes yet, and also a great play at third base by Matthew Whitco on his line drive catch. First pitch, it's a fastball high to Ocampo. That was Nick Sanders who had the line drive, and that was by far the hardest hit ball for the Barons so far today, as the count is 1-0 on Ocampo, who's batting .217 this season. Turner kicks and delivers. Cutter check swing, appeal to first, and they'll say Ocampo went around for strike 1.
Yeah, he stuck the bat out quite a bit too far there and committed for the strike.
1-1 count. Jackson Tyler is on deck for the Barons. The next pitch, same cutter down the middle for strike 2. Great pitch from Turner.
Yeah, excellent command and some pretty nasty movement that just clipped the corner. That's really tough to hit when it tails away from you.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Turner looks for his 3rd strikeout. He throws. Swinging a foul tip into the screen. Another cutter, and Ocampo barely got the bat on it. Just trying to find the sweet spot here.
Barons are certainly capable of doing that. We've seen Jason Del Villar go yard at this park before.
Ocampo has 4 doubles, no home runs this season. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul tip off of Voiles. Again, it's the cutter from Derek Turner, and for him, it just seems to be the approach to keep throwing it until Ocampo's able to time it.
Yeah, and I think that's really the story of that last pitch. Yeah, Ocampo just barely got a piece of it to stay alive, but Turner's cutter is just super tricky, and it really does cut hitters' approach.
Another 1-2. Fastball hit hard to short. Played on a hop by Aguilera. He throws to first. It's off the bag. Reese tags the runner and gets him out. What a play by Tyson Reese, leaping down the first base line and getting the tag on Ocampo to get the first out of the inning.
Talk about picking up your teammate. Aguilera was able to field it, and the throw was a bit tall, but one, it was great for Reese to be able to get that ball in the air, but for him to duck down and have just enough time to tag Ocampo, phenomenal job there.
First pitch to Jackson Tyler is a fastball swung on and missed. And again, the Oaks defense comes through, and we've seen Oaks first baseman try that move a couple times this season, and that's the first time it's worked. Great awareness by Reese. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just outside, and now Turner's going to the standard fastball here, just pumping it in as hard as he can throw. A ball and a strike on Tyler, the designated hitter. The next pitch, cutter low and away. Tyler's 0 of his last 14, but batting .216 overall on the season with 14 RBIs.
Made some great catches the last time that Tyler played at this ballpark.
Absolutely, a shoestring catch in left field down the line, the best one. 2-1, swung on and missed up at the letters. Fastball from Turner to even the count.
Tyler's just got to buckle down here and look for his pitch. Got to swing at anything close to keep the at-bat alive.
2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out. The delivery. Fastball up at the chin. 3-2 count on the designated hitter with second baseman Israel Espinoza on deck. Outfield moderately deep. Mealy's to the right of the second base bag. The kick in the 3-2. Fastball low for ball 4. That's the 10th walk for Turner this season and the first base runner for the Barons today.
And the first walk allowed to either side or to the Barons today.
Second baseman, number 27.
So Turner's potential perfect game is out the window. I mean, that is, of course, extremely rare in summer ball, and there's, for the most part, no such thing as a complete game for pitchers in summer ball.
Here's Israel Espinoza, first pitch, bunted at, straight at Turner. He picks it up, throws to second. They get the lead runner on to first. The throw doesn't come. Aguilera held onto it, but a great play by Derek Turner as that bunt was just a little bit too hard back at the mound.
Yeah, excellent play by Turner, able to work quickly off of a bunt not quite executed as well as the Barons would have liked it to be, as he's able to get the lead runner, Tyler, who can run pretty well.
Now Espinoza's at first after the fielder's choice, and the stellar defense for the Oaks continues. Here's A.G. Sawamura, the left-hander. Turner nods and delivers. Fastball high to Sawamura, who grounded out to shortstop in the first, one of multiple plays that Danny Aguilera has made today. 1-0 count. Outfield straight away. Turner fires. Fastball way inside. It almost hits Sawamura, who had to dodge a little bit, and it's 2-0.
Sawamura, an excellent contact hitter, and for the Oaks to be able to keep him off the bases in the first inning, that was certainly huge, and we'll see how they handle him here.
He's batting .286 entering today, and he's stolen 28 bases, best in the CCL. Throw over, runner gets back safely. Blue skies, mid-70s weather is very typical at Ventura College, and we see it again today. Wind blowing out toward right center field. Runner on first. It's a 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. It's bunted at, but pulled back. Strike at the belt as Sawamura changed his mind.
Good corner location there from Derek Turner.
Two-one count. Turner to Sawamura. He goes. Fastball, called strike on the outside corner at the knees. Sawamura thought it was a little bit off the plate. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Turner looks for his 3rd strikeout this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away. The runner goes. No throw. It was a late break for Espinoza, and the Oaks did not expect him to go to second. That's his 3rd stolen base this season.
Good job by Espinoza to catch the Oaks off guard completely there. And of course, it won't mean anything if Turner is able to retire Sawamura, or even if Sawamura walks, because Espinoza would stay at second in that case.
Turner checks second. The 3-2. Just outside for ball 4. Another close pitch, and this time it goes Sawamura's way. He takes first with 2 outs.
Now batting.
Great take by Sawamura. He's able to keep this inning going a little bit longer with what is now Turner's 2nd walk he's issued.
Mark Emmerman is up. Emmerman grounded out to shortstop his first time up. Turner gets set with runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Fastball roped into center, but right at Mealy, who runs to his left and makes the catch. 2 walks, 2 runners left on base, but no runs allowed by the Oaks as Derek Turner continues to put down the Barons without a hit allowed. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. No score between the Oaks and the Barons. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. It's the bottom of the 3rd, and neither team has scored. Oaks and Barons all square at 0. Aiden Voiles is the first batter of the inning against Frankie Lopez, who through 2 innings so far has thrown 24 pitches and allowed 1 hit and 1 walk.
Voiles was at the plate when Zach Nagy was caught stealing to end the 2nd inning. So his at-bat was essentially interrupted and now has to start over.
Lopez looks in, middle target, and the pitch. It's a fastball tipped toward the backstop. No balls and a strike to Voiles.
Voiles came in later in the game as a pinch hitter against Philippines Baseball Group. He got an infield single in his only at-bat in the 8th inning.
Lopez gets ready. Here's the 0-1. Fastball inside. Voiles checked before swinging, and the count is 1-1. This is the 7th meeting between these 2 teams this season. 3-3 in the season series, with every win coming at each team's home ballpark. Away teams are 0-6, the 1-1. Called strike over the middle of the plate. Lopez got some backdoor action on that pitch.
Yeah, good wicked movement there.
Now 1-2. Outfield deep, especially in center where Sawamura is. He is far back toward the hill. The pitch. Check swing, but Voiles went around. Strike 3 on the catcher. That's Lopez's 2nd strikeout.
Another nasty off-speed pitch from Lopez, and Voiles just completely fooled. Didn't realize he was until it was too late.
Here's Zach Mora, the number 9 hitter in the order. Mora pitched last time he played against the Philippines Baseball Group on Sunday. Got 2 strikeouts and did not allow a hit or a walk. He gets the outside target, the delivery. It's a slider strike on the outside corner. Mora pitched in high school and pitched a few times for the Oaks last season. And this year, last outing, his fastball topped at 87. So if the Oaks really need someone to pitch in the playoffs and they're short, maybe not a bad guy to go to.
Certainly not. He pitched very well.
0-1. Right down the middle on a fastball for strike 2.
Had a chance to talk to his parents briefly before the game, and they were pleasantly pleased and impressed with what they saw in him, and said that hadn't really pitched much until high school.
Well, he picked it up quite naturally. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball up and away. Mora's gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for Frankie Lopez. And Lopez now has 3 strikeouts this afternoon.
Okay. Center fielder, number 24.
Yeah, he's been pretty locked in. He's allowed the 1 hit to Tyson Reese and issued the 1 walk, but he has really shown himself. And this game so far, it's early on, but looking like a pretty good pitcher's duel.
And you could make the argument that each team is throwing its best pitcher today. As Owen Mealy's at the plate, the pitch right down the middle for a strike. Of course, you could debate that as well. I mean, for the Barons, you've got guys like Daniel Rivera and Amari Yolas who have a case. For the Oaks, maybe Johnny Lavelis or Will Kaczynski have a case. Lots of great pitchers on both sides. Here's the 0-1. Fastball low and away to Mealy. It's 1-1. Mealy grounded out to third base to begin the bottom of the first for the Oaks. Outfield deep, the 1-1. Swung on, chopped to short. Aguirre tracks it. He throws to first, skips in the dirt, but Del Villar picks it, and that's the third out of the inning. 2 strikeouts and a ground out, so a 1-2-3 inning for Frankie Lopez, and nobody's left on base. After 3, it's a pitcher's duel. No score. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube.
It's time.
Top of the 4th at Pirate Park. No score between the Oaks and the Barons. Derek Turner has been fabulous on the mound for the Oaks so far, issued 2 walks and has not allowed a hit through 48 pitches. But he faces a tough 3-4-5 in the Barons order. Jason Del Villar, Nick Sanders, and Anthony Murphy.
Yeah, the heart of the order coming up for the Barons, and Del Villar, certainly no stranger to the long ball. And this is the part of the order that if these batters can execute very well and do damage against Turner, it's going to be tough.
Del Villar has 4 home runs on the season. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away for ball 1. Although he has cooled off a little bit. He hasn't had a home run since June 13th. He's gotten some big hits, but just trying to get home run 5. He led the CCL in homers for a while. 1-0. Fastball hits him in the shoulder. Painful for Del Villar, who stands there and winces a little bit. He removes his elbow guard, and he's going to head over to first, but not before talking to James Bishop, the manager of the Barons, in his first season.
Yeah, an unfortunate little hurdle there for Derek Turner and also for Del Villar to take that one off the wrist. He appears to be fine overall as he heads to first. But yeah, you talked about James Bishop. I am just so in awe and impressed of the way he has stepped up from third base coach from pitching coach to head coach this season, taking over for Ken Landreau, the former manager of the Barons, also a former Dodger World Series champion. And with his leadership, he's certainly helped this team improve immensely.
Turner pauses and delivers to Nick Sanders. It's a cutter strike at the knees for strike 1. And you said it, James Bishop has really elevated a team that had not made the playoffs since 2016 until this year. Bishop getting promoted now in his first season as head coach, and he has really pushed his guys to succeed this season, added some midseason names as well. 0-1 is another cutter at the belt this time for strike 2, and boy, the movement for Derek Turner has been impeccable.
Yeah, it's certainly been there. These hitters going to have a huge challenge of really adjusting to that movement.
Del Villar's at first. Nick Sanders is at the plate. 0-2. Swung on and hit into shallow right. Antwine walks in on it, and he makes the catch. Pretty easy first out for the Oaks.
An important one, too, as he's able to keep Del Villar at first and set his team up for a double play.
Right fielder, number 6.
Now Anthony Murphy comes up. Murphy struck out to begin the second inning. That was his 4th strikeout in the CCL so far, in his 4th game in his CCL career, his mini CCL career likely. Turner pauses and delivers to Murphy. Fastball inside for a ball. We talked about Murphy coming to Miami and getting drafted in the MLB. He's a 4-year varsity player at Corona High School. Hit 11 home runs in each of his last 2 seasons with the team, and he batted .394 in 2026. 1-0 pitch. Check swing on a fastball inside, and it's ball 2.
Yeah, it's really these later additions to the Barons lineup that have done immense damage and have really proved the Barons to be formidable against a lot of teams.
David Aguirre's on deck. Murphy is dangerous in this 5 spot. 2-0. Fastball up and away. It's 3 balls and no strikes. And Derek Turner has lost his command a little bit. It was really sharp in the first 2 innings, but he's allowed a couple of walks and a hit by pitch. 3-0 with a runner on first. The delivery. Fastball inside. It's ball 4 to Murphy.
Well, 2 free passes in an inning for Turner makes it certainly more challenging for him to escape the woods unharmed. He's certainly capable of doing it, but he's got to deal with Aguirre now, and the Oaks certainly need that ground ball double play.
Aguirre grounded out to second in the second inning. Del Villar's at second, Murphy's at first. Pitch to Aguirre. Fastball up high for ball 1. Isaac Ocampo, the catcher, is on deck. Still no score between the Barons and the Oaks in the top of the 4th, but the Barons have 2 runners on base, although they stranded 2 on base last inning. 1-0 with 1 out and 2 on. Outfield pretty shallow in center, especially where Mealy is. Pitch to Aguirre. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, the outfield certainly not giving him as much space as there is in the outfield here at Pirate Park.
Aguirre, not a power guy, no home runs this season. Here's the 1-1. Check swing on a fastball inside. It's ball 2.
The Barons doing a great job of working the count here, and they're going to just need to keep working here to wear Turner out as best they can.
Turner's up to 60 pitches today. 2-1 with 1 out and 2 on. He fires. Check swing on a cutter that dives away. The appeal to first, they'll say no swing. 3-1 on Aguirre. And again, Turner has gotten behind in the count. This is rare for him. Again, he entered the day with just 9 walks. Three balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and 2 on. And the Oaks do not want to load the bases right here.
And Aguirre does not want to hit it on the ground in the infield.
Turner looks in. He looks at second. He throws the 3-1. Swinging a chopper, left side foul, caught by the on-deck hitter Ocampo, who throws it to the Oaks dugout. It's 3-2.
Pressure is on both Turner and Aguirre.
Aguirre steps back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wind blowing out towards center. Turner brings it to the belt. The payoff pitch. Swinging a chopper up the middle. Played by Mora, almost. It gets into center. Runner stops at third. Mealy throws to Aguilera. Tag at second. A close play, but the runner's safe. And Jason Del Villar decided to hold up at third instead of risking the play at home. That's the first hit, though, for the Barons, and the bases are loaded.
Catcher, number 24, Isaac.
Yeah, I'd say a wise decision by Del Villar to hold at third, as Mealy with a pretty decent arm, and you see you see Anthony Murphy round the bag quite a bit. Fortunately for him, he's able to be safe at second, and Barons keep threatening big time.
Isaac Ocampo is up. Ocampo grounded out to short in the third. It was the play where Tyson Reese had to stretch off the bag and make a great tag. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball right side. It scorches way out of play. 0-1.
Ocampo in a big spot here for the Barons. A deep fly ball could very easily put MLB Academy in front.
0-1, Turner delivers. Swinging a chopper up the middle. Turner gets it through his legs. Aguilera fields it, but it is ruled foul back at the beginning. So it hit off of something or someone in foul territory, and that is fortunate. Turner had a play at home. He let it get through his legs, but everybody has to go back because it's a foul ball.
Whew! Huge sigh of relief from Turner. The Oaks catch a huge break there. Because no pitcher ever wants to miss a ball like that where you can get the lead runner as easily as you can.
0-2 with 1 out, and the bases loaded. Outside target from Voiles. Here's the pitch. Cutter low and away. It gets away. Nobody goes. Although Del Villar thought about it, Voiles had to get it, and he throws it back to Turner. Time is called as the umpire dusts off home plate, and the count's 1-2.
Might have been a close play, but I believe Del Villar made the wise choice as Voiles was able to keep it fairly close to the right-handed batter's box.
The Oaks have been scarily close to allowing a run multiple times in this at-bat. 1-2 count. Ocampo, the righty, faces the righty Turner. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip off of Ocampo's leg, and he tries to walk it off. The count's still 1-2.
Well, Ocampo's certainly taken some balls off him on these swings.
Turner's up to 68 pitches. He's thrown 5 in this at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. The Oaks in trouble with the game still scoreless. Outside target from Voiles. Here's the kick and the pitch. Cutter check swing. It's just low and away. Very close to that low outside corner against Ocampo, and the count's 2-2.
Barons continue to battle Turner in a high-pressure, hot-water situation.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Next pitch. Cutter chopped to short. Past Aguilera. He plays it, throws to third. Close play. Runner's out, but 1 run scores. It almost got past Aguilera. In fact, it was, but he had to reach at it behind him to make the play. The Barons go up 1-0.
Well, a great start for the Barons to get on the board, and at the same time, a huge out and a great play by Aguilera. He did the best thing he could have there. He did what he could. He stopped the ball from escaping to the outfield. Was able to make a pretty accurate throw to Whitgo at third.
So the Barons lead 1-0. Jackson Tyler's up. First pitch. Swung on and tipped into the mid of Voiles for strike 1.
Tyler was ready to fire away early, looking to get on top, but just gets a piece.
So Murphy got out at third. It's Aguirre at second, Ocampo at first, and Del Villar scored the run. 0-1. Cutter dives outside and low. It's 1-1. Turner now up to 71 pitches on the day. He's thrown 85 in a game this season. We have seen that. 1-1. Fastball up high at the letters. It's 2-1. And the heat's not going away, but the location's been a little more spotty.
Yeah, the Barons starting to get to Turner a little bit in this inning.
1-0 game. 2 runners on and 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. Is a fastball inside. 3-1 count on Jackson Tyler.
Yeah, I think we're seeing Turner's command a little bit inconsistent, as a few times he's come inside and almost hit some batters and has hit Del Villar, who has since scored.
3 balls and a strike. Turner fires. Swinging a fly ball foul right side, and the count's full. Turner's season high in walks in a game is 3. He's got 3 today. 3-2 count with 2 outs and 2 runners on. Turner looks in on Tyler and brings it to the belt. Long pause. Here's the 3-2. Fastball high for ball 4. 4 walks for Derek Turner. 2 of them have been to Jackson Tyler, and the bases are loaded for Israel Espinoza.
Oaks continue to face trouble in this 4th inning. And Espinoza really has a chance to make Turner pay for the free passes, and Scott Radinsky goes out to the mound to talk to Turner.
And what a spot this would be for Espinoza. He's trying to break out of a big slump. 0 for his last 26. But he hit into a fielder's choice in the 3rd and stole 2nd, as Radinsky is at the mound talking to Turner and Aiden Voiles. Derek Turner's up to 75 pitches, so he's just 10 shy of his season high. Gotta think it's somewhat unlikely that he could go out there for the 5th inning, although we do know that as the season has gone on, the Oaks have extended their pitchers a little more. And Derek Turner's been a gamer. He's pitched 5 innings in each of his last 2 starts. And if there's anyone who's going to go out there and insist, it would be him.
Plus, the Oaks only have so many pitchers, as we've talked about. Number of quite reliable guys who have left or reached their innings limit, gotten injured, outs limit, whatever it may be. Oaks may need to rely on certain guys a lot more in this game, and if they end up continuing tomorrow.
Yeah, the Oaks are down to 28 on their roster, and even among that, there's a pitcher or 2 who probably won't see action the rest of the year. Pitch to Espinoza. Fastball outside for ball 1. All teams had to cut their rosters to 35 total players or less before the playoffs, and the Oaks had no problem doing that because they had so many pitchers leave. So they are at 28 total players. The Barons are at 31. Espinoza waits for the 1-0. With the bases loaded, here's the pitch. Fastball just outside for ball 2.
Turner getting a little closer on those last couple pitches. He just needs to buckle down, and all he can do is his best to get Espinoza out to end this inning.
2-0 with 2 outs. We'll see if Espinoza gets something in the zone here. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball called strike on the outer half. It's 2-1. A good response from Turner.
Certainly a strike that he needed, and now that Espinoza has seen Turner throw him a strike, he may look for another here.
2-1 with the bases loaded. Outfield straight away and at moderate depth, and the Barons lead 1-0. Turner's next pitch. Runners trying to steal home. It's a squeeze play as Espinoza sent it down the line foul.
Boy, what a pull. If that one had stayed fair, I mean, it was a pretty hard and fast bunt, but if that's executed, that would be a huge hurdle for the Oaks to overcome.
Risky play, but we've seen the Barons actually go to that this season, and they do it again there. First time that's happened against the Oaks this year. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul tip off of Voiles' mitt into the backstop. Aguirre was threatening like he wanted to go to home again. Just got to be careful.
Espinoza just fortunate to get a piece of that one.
Still 2-2. Turner's up to 80 pitches. It has been a long fourth inning for him. Bases loaded. Barons lead by 1. Here's the kick and the 2-2. Swinging a pop-up right side foul, headed beyond the snack bar and out of play. What will Derek Turner go to here with another 2-2 pitch? Eiji Sawamura is on deck. He's at the top of the order today for the Barons. Aguirre at third, Ocampo at second, Tyler at first. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch above the letters. Derek Turner gets another strikeout, his third this afternoon, and the Oaks strand the bases loaded. But they now are trailing by 1. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Frankie Lopez is back out there on the mound for the Barons after this. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the fourth, the Barons lead the Oaks 1-0, but they stranded the bases loaded in the top of the inning. Frankie Lopez is back to pitch, and he had a 1-2-3 third featuring 2 strikeouts. So far today, he's allowed 1 hit and 1 walk, but that is the extent of the power the Oaks have gotten at the plate.
Oaks do have perhaps their main source of power at the plate here, Tyson Reese, who ripped a double to right field his last time up. Nothing became of it, but he's certainly a guy who's capable of bringing that damage and producing some clutch offense for the Oaks.
That was Reese's 14th extra base hit this season. No other player has more than 8. So he is the power guy. First pitch. Fastball called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to the lefty.
Reese with 4 home runs this season, including a grand slam, a solo shot, 2-run home run, and a 3-run bomb.
The 0-1 swung on and hit hard into left center. Sawamura has a play in the gap. He tracks it down and makes the catch. Very well hit by Tyson Reese, but that's the first out.
Yeah, pretty routine for Sawamura out there in left center field as he's able to track it with little to no problem.
Number 19, Caden Stillwell.
Those gaps can become caverns, given how deep the center field fence is, about 460 feet. But Sawamura didn't have to run long for that one. Now Caden Stillwell is up. Stillwell advanced Reese with a sacrifice bunt in the first, but Reese was stranded on third after Matthew Woodco's ground out to end the inning. Pitch to Stillwell. Fastball at the knees for a strike. Frankie Lopez has been efficient today. 37 pitches so far. The outfield's still playing very deep. Sawamura is far, far back in center field. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball strike at the belt on the outer half. It's 0-2.
Stillwell laid down a sac bunt his first time up. Oaks were hoping that they would score off of that, but Lopez was able to get out of that first.
Oaks now down by 1 after the Barons scored 1 in the top of the fourth. Here's the 0-2. Slider low and away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Stillwell. Lopez entered today's game with a 2.38 ERA and 11 1/3 innings pitched. 19 strikeouts entering today. He's got 3 this afternoon. 1-2. Swung on and chopped into the plate. Goes into the fair territory, but it's ruled foul. Still 1-2 to Stillwell.
Kind of a late call there by the home plate umpire, but Stillwell visibly showing that discomfort that does come with taking a ball hit right off of your cleats. Something that's very, very hard to fake.
Still 1-2 as Stillwell takes a breath and gets back in the box. After Stillwell, it will be Matthew Whitco. Lopez kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss. A beautiful slider from Frankie Lopez to get the second out.
Boy, that was pretty nasty. He's able to blow Stillwell away as that one just kept tailing away and Stillwell just couldn't reach it.
Now Matthew Whitco's up. Whitco had the aforementioned ground out to end the first inning. He went 0 for 4 against the Blues in his last appearance, but before that had 3 straight multi-hit days. First pitch. Hit hard on the ground to second. Espinosa plays it. He throws to Del Villar at first to end the inning. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Frankie Lopez have the Barons still in front by 1 after 4. MLB Academy leads 1-0 on the road. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Top of the 5th, the Barons lead by 1, and Derek Turner is still out there for his 5th inning of pitching. Derek Turner's season high in pitches is 85, and that's also the most pitches thrown by any Oaks pitcher in a game this season. He's at 82 to start the inning, and he faces A.G. Sawamura first.
Sawamura drew a walk back in the 3rd inning.
He also grounded out in the 1st. The Oaks stranded the bases loaded last inning. Turner delivers, bunt shown, it's laid down perfectly toward third base. Whitco bare hands, throws to first, close play, runner safe. It is so hard to catch A.G. Sawamura when he's speeding down the line at first base.
Yeah, it's about as beautiful as a bunt as you can lay down, and not like Whitco even got a late start on it. He charged it very well, came in hot, but Sawamura was just too fast for him.
Only so much you can do on a bunt from the stolen bases leader in the CCL. Sawamura's got 28, and he's got a huge lead at first. Mark Emmerman's at the plate. Runner stays the pitch. It's a fastball called strike on the outer half at the belt.
Emmerman 0 for 2 on the day so far.
He most recently flied out in the 3rd. Next pitch. Fastball tipped into the screen. It's 0-2 on Emmerman, and that's Turner's 85th pitch. Turner nods and sets. Throw over. Sawamura dives back before the tag from Reese. Now Turner gets ready. Outside target from Voiles. Throw over. Sawamura's back, but a closer play as Reese was just slightly late on the tag.
We've seen Sawamura get caught on the bases before, so he'll want to be caught somewhat careful.
Runner goes the 0-2. Swinging a foul tip toward the backstop. Sawamura was gearing up to run there. And he did indeed run. But like you said, he's not impossible to catch. He has been caught 3 times on the bases, stealing, as well as having been picked off. 0-2 count to Emmerman. Pitch. Swinging a nub to right, foul past the Oaks bullpen. Weak contact off the end of the bat from Emmerman.
Weak contact, yet a pretty decent drive there.
Emmerman, known for great at-bats against the Oaks. He had one in the Barons' 5-4 loss at this stadium when he hit a go-ahead double in the 11th inning. 0-2. Swinging a chopper to short, could be 2. Aguilera scoops, tosses for 1. Mora to first, on for 2. 6-4-3 to get Emmerman and Sawamura. And now 2 outs in the inning.
Just exactly what the doctor ordered. I thought Aguilera might step on the base himself and throw to first, but he utilized that teamwork and made a great toss to Zach Mora at second, and pretty easy throw for Mora. Oaks turn a key double play.
Now Jason Del Villar is up. He's struck out and been hit by a pitch today. 2 outs, nobody on, and maybe that's just what Turner needed to finish the inning. First pitch, fastball low for ball 1. Turner is now at 89 pitches on the day, a season high for any Oaks pitcher.
I would suspect that this would be his last inning.
I think so, probably. 1-0 count with 2 outs. Nick Sanders is on deck. Next pitch, fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Del Villar with 4 home runs this season, but he hasn't had one since June 13th. 1-1 count, the pitch. Fastball high and in, almost hits Del Villar again, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, we saw Turner's command trip up quite a bit in the last inning, but he's been able to stay on point for the most part this inning.
The 2-1. Swung on and popped up foul behind the fence toward the press box. And it does not quite land on top of us. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Turner against Del Villar with the count at 2-2. Here's the set. Turner winds and delivers. Cutter fouled off of the mid of Voiles. If he had held on to that, it's strike 3, but it just was a little too much of a tip.
Different kind of tip than you would expect at a restaurant.
Yeah, that's for sure. Although Voiles would still get thanks from his pitcher for it. In a sense, I guess. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Turner shakes off the sign and sets. Here's the 2-2. Cutter fouled off to the right over the bleachers. Del Villar is making Turner fight. 94 pitches for Derek Turner. And to think about how hard he's been going in this outing, it's truly impressive. 2-2. Swinging a chopper, left side, foul, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, Turner continues to battle Del Villar, and we've seen him go through some extensive battles in this ball game where batters just keep fouling that ball off. We've seen him stay in there. Sometimes he comes out on top, sometimes he doesn't, but he always hangs in there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swinging a foul ball right side out of play. Del Villar just won't stop. Long at bat. 2-2. Turner is now nearing 100 pitches. Toughness on both sides as the Barons lead 1-0 in the top of the 5th. Here's the windup and the 2-2. Swinging a hard drive foul over the fence left side. Del Villar got all of that and more, but was a little bit early on the off speed.
Yeah, the inside pitch kind of worked to Turner's advantage there.
His at-bat won't end. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outfield at moderate depth. Mealy is shaded to the left of second in center field. Another 2-2. Swinging a foul ball right side, down the line and out of play. And we will do it again.
Del Villar will not go down.
These have been good pitches from Derek Turner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside target from Voiles. The kick and the pitch. Fastball fouled off to the right side over the fence again. And Jason Del Villar is getting some cheers from the crowd. This might be the best at-bat we've seen this season in an Oaks game.
And if Turner ends on this one, whatever the result, certainly an epic way to go out. Of course, Turner wants to go out on top and go to the dugout smiling.
You know the count. 2 outs, nobody on. Turner delivers. Called strike 3 on the fastball, and Derek Turner's inning is over. Jason Del Villar gets punched out on the 4th strikeout of the day for Derek Turner. And what an unbelievable at-bat it was. 11 pitches, 99 for Turner overall today, and that ends the top of the 5th. 1-0 Barons. We'll be back after this. Bottom of the 5th, the Barons lead 1-0 over the Oaks. And we just witnessed an epic at-bat in the top of the 5th. It was actually a 12-pitch at-bat that Derek Turner had against Jason Del Villar to get Del Villar out, bringing Turner up to 100 pitches on the day. And now his day's probably over. But what a game it was. 5 innings of 1-run ball.
Yeah, and still a whole nother half of a game to go, roughly. And Tyler Antwine certainly would like to strike a spark for the Oaks as they are chasing one and have yet to get on the board today.
Antwine struck out in the 2nd. He faces Frankie Lopez. First pitch, hammered to short, caught on a dive by Aguirre, who sprawls to his right and makes a great catch.
Just a right place, right time situation, as that was a frozen rope, and Aguirre, a tremendous job of laying out to make that catch.
Zach Mora is coming up, and we've seen some great defensive plays all day. And how about this comparison? Frankie Lopez has thrown 43 pitches. The pitch is just low to Nagy, and he hasn't allowed any runs. He's pitching in his 5th inning, and Turner had 100 pitches to get through 5, but only allowed 1 run. He was toughing it out against some gritty Barons at-bats. 1-0 to Nagy. He's taken for a strike on the inside corner. Nagy shakes his head a little bit, and the count's 1-1. So Frankie Lopez could go far in this game, way beyond 5 innings perhaps. He pitched 6 in his last start. 1-1. Down the middle, but just low on an off-speed pitch. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, Lopez has got a ton of momentum in his favor. Had a somewhat rough first inning, but has really bounced back.
Pitch is hit into right. Shallow and playable for Murphy, who runs in and makes the catch. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th, and the Oaks still have nothing. Just 1 hit off Frankie Lopez.
Now batting, shortstop number 39, Danny Aguilera.
Now Danny Aguilera comes up. He flied out to right in the 2nd inning. Nobody on, 2 outs, and 47 pitches for Frankie Lopez, who has now gotten 14 batters out. What a game for the former pitcher of the week. The pitch. Fastball strike on the outer half. It's 0-1.
Aguilera flew out to right field his first time up.
0-1 with 2 outs. Aiden Voiles on deck. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the letters. It is 0-2 on Aguilera. The winner of this game takes on the Orange County Riptide tomorrow at Great Park on the road. 0-2 count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch to Aguilera. Breaking ball dips low below the knees. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Good pitch there from Lopez and a great take by Aguilera as he did not buckle under that pressure.
Now 1-2. 2 outs and nobody on. Next pitch. Slider goes way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Frankie Lopez just appears to be getting better with time. He had a rocky first inning with the double by Tyson Reese, but since then hasn't allowed a hit. He's gotten back-to-back 1-2-3 innings as well. 2-2. Called strike 3 on the low outside edge. Frankie Lopez has retired 10 batters in a row, and that ends the 5th. The Barons lead 1-0 over the Oaks. We'll be back after this. Top of the 6th, the Barons lead the Oaks 1-0. And for the first time, a team has made a pitcher switch in this game. Derek Turner threw 100 pitches in 5 innings and allowed 2 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and struck out 4. In his place, it's Daniel Puebla, the incoming freshman at Oklahoma Christian University, who in 11 innings pitched this year, Sammy, has been excellent in his first action in college competition.
Yeah, he's been absolutely phenomenal. A great pickup, you know, for a guy who, as we've talked about, had a rather devastating and abrupt ending to his high school career that was marked by the exceeding of the outs limit in a single week that ultimately required his team to forfeit for the rest of the season. But he has been hugely successful for the Oaks this summer. He's 1-0, picked up his 1 win on July 14th against the Orange County Riptide in a 7-4 victory, a game in which he threw 2 1/3 innings. He has struck out 9 batters this season and has certainly intimidated each one he has faced.
And not only is he not allowed a run, an earned run that is, he's only allowed 1 walk. He did let home 2 runs against the Blues back on July 24th, but neither of them were earned. He had 5 strikeouts, allowed 3 hits in 3 innings in that outing. But he gets ready to face Nick Sanders. Sanders has a line out and a fly out today. He's gotten hard contact in both at-bats. Puebla sets. Middle target from Voiles. The pitch is a fastball strike. And with the just 1 walk this season, the calling card for Daniel Puebla has been location.
It certainly has, and it's just where he's been able to really keep hitters on their toes and just blow them away at times.
Middle target, the kick in the 0-1. Skips in the dirt, gets away from Voiles, who gets a new ball. 1-1 to Sanders, who is still looking for a new place to play. Transferring from Campbell University, where he hit 111 in 2026. Also played at Grayson College at Texas before that, and also played with the Santa Barbara Foresters in the CCL in 2024. 1-1 to Sanders. Swinging a pop-up. Right side over the fence and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sanders, who batted .387 in the regular season in the CCL, 4th best among qualified hitters.
Yeah, he may be 0 for 2 on this day, but his contact has certainly shown the type of damage he is capable of doing.
3 home runs and 16 RBIs for him on the season in 18 games played entering today. The pitch, swung on, hit hard on the ground, past Aguilera into left center field for a base hit. Nick Sanders gets his first hit of the game, and he is on first against Daniel Puebla with nobody out.
Sanders beat the shift right there. That's a ground ball directly to the shortstop position that ordinarily Aguilera would have gotten to, but he was really playing Sanders to the left quite a bit closer to third, probably about 2/3 of the way off of second base.
Shows you what a versatile hitter Sanders is. Now Anthony Murphy is up, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. The pitch, fastball called strike at the knees on the outside corner.
And the Barons with just 3 hits on the day. There was just 1 in the 4th inning in which the Barons got on the board.
Sanders takes a decent-sized lead at first. He's got 1 stolen base. The pitch, chopped on the ground to third, played by Whitco. It's in foul territory, though, just barely. Everybody will head back with the count at 0-2.
Oaks will take that, as that ball was certainly not a double play ball.
Yeah, tough play to even get 1 at first. 0-2, runner on first, nobody out. Murphy adjusts his gloves. Recently flipped his commitment from LSU to Miami. Headed there in the fall for his freshman season. And he got drafted in the 16th round by the Washington Nationals in the MLB draft. 0-2, the pitch. Swung on, roped into right center in the gap. Chased by Antwine. It falls for a hit. It rolls up the hill. Played by Mealy. Sanders gets the wave. And Murphy falls down. He looks like he got injured on the base pass. He's limping at second. Sanders scores, but time is called. James Bishop is coming out, and this is not what you want to see for a guy with such a bright future ahead. Murphy grabbing at his hamstring after running around first.
And I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but oh man, he really does not look good. In very notable discomfort, and we just hope he recovers soon from whatever the injury, whatever the extent of the injury is.
Athletic trainer Yoshi Shiratori is out to talk to Anthony Murphy, who was in tons of pain, could barely walk to second. And he is going to be helped off by his catcher. And this is a brutal blow. You never want to see a player get hurt in summer ball. But Murphy, again, like we mentioned, is a top recruit in the nation, top 40 high schooler according to Perfect Game. And no one wants to see an injury in a game like this. But Murphy's day is over. His season is likely over. And not a fun way to end it for such a highly touted prospect.
And certainly nothing to take away from the Barons in this inning. It was a huge hit as he was able to bring home Sanders from first. But again, just not the way you want to go out, likely for the season. And Sean Ishii is going to run for him at second base.
We've seen Sean Ishii be the main pinch hitter for the Barons this season. He's also been a pinch runner, and he has 2 stolen bases. So not a bad guy to have on the bases, but we just hope Anthony Murphy is okay. Not a fun way to end your day at all, and he was in a lot of pain, clearly. So will be replaced for the rest of the day, surely, and we'll see if it's Ishii ending up replacing him in the field or not. Right now, David Aguirre's coming up. And this is also a tough blow for a team that lost Elijah Clayton to injury, and we don't know if he's going to be back or not. Runner on second. Barons lead 2-0 and nobody out in the inning. First pitch. Chopper to short. Ishii stays at second. Aguilera charges, throws to first, and gets the play. And also, I mean, we didn't mention this yet, but that is Daniel Puebla's first earned run allowed this season.
Just goes to show you how lights out he has been this season and how reliable he's been and how tough he's been to face for all these opposing teams.
So Aguirre walks back to the dugout. Isaac Ocampo is coming up with one out and a runner in scoring position. And how about the Barons in really good position? Anthony Murphy got a real good piece of that ball into right center to get his first hit of the day. Puebla's pitch is a fastball at the knees for a strike to Ocampo. Ocampo grounded out in the third, hit into a fielder's choice in the fourth, and is now back at the plate. 0-1 with one out. Ishii with his leadoff second. Next pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball on the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
The fielder's choice that he grounded into back in the fourth was a productive out, as it did bring a run home.
Got the RBI on that one. Puebla goes to the belt. The 0-2. Fastball low. It's 1-2 with one out and a runner on second. One, two with one out. Ocampo's at the plate. Puebla set. Here's the pitch. Swinging a chopper up the middle. Back to Puebla. He pauses, throws to first, and gets the out. But the runner, Ishii, advances to third.
Well, there's a productive out. Of course, that does go to show you how important the previous ground out to short was for the Oaks, as at that time they were able to keep Ishii at second. Because of that, Ishii is now at third instead of home for a 3-0 lead. So if Puebla can strand that runner at third, that'll certainly be big.
Well, here's Jackson Tyler, and I'll tell you, for the Barons, we've talked about the Oaks' pitching depth problems a little bit in terms of trying to get enough arms as Puebla delivers a ball, but the Barons don't have much depth at hitter, especially without Clayton. You look at who they could go to. It's Ishii to replace Murphy. It could be Bryce Morrison. That's probably the most obvious choice. And then other than that, it's the catcher Nigel Buckley, and that's it. That's all they have in terms of position players. 1-0 is way high on a fastball, 2-0, and so that presents a problem that just got exacerbated with another player getting hurt.
Yeah, it's certainly an unlucky break and one that's very unfortunate, but Barons, it's going to be really important to keep everybody healthy. You got to just keep your team together.
We'll see how they make this work. The 2-0, fastball high and in. It might have grazed Tyler, but it looks like he just got out of the way, and the count's 3-0. And this hasn't been as sharp as Daniel Puebla usually is. He still looks pretty good, but he's allowed his first run. He's got a runner at third base, and the Barons lead by 2. The Oaks just haven't found anything on offense against Frankie Lopez outside of one double from Tyson Reese. 3-0. Fastball, strike on the outer edge.
Yeah, the Oaks have been quiet through the first 6 innings. Here at home against the Barons, certainly a rare feat.
3 balls and a strike with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Up high, ball 4. Tyler walks with 2 outs. And Israel Espinoza will come up trying to break out of what is now an 0-for-27 stretch.
Now batting,
And here's what we know for sure.
number 27.
This is the Oaks' final game at Ventura Park this season. Whatever the result of this game is, the winner of this game will head to Orange County tomorrow to face the Riptide at Great Park. And the winner of that game heads north.
Well, they don't want it to be their final game of this season, but certainly their final home game no matter what. Pitch to Espinoza, runner goes. It's a fastball strike, throw to second, and Tyler gets in ahead of the tag from Mora. So runners on second and third.
Kind of surprised, to be honest, that Voiles threw down to second there, especially with a runner like Ishii at third.
Yeah, she's got plenty of speed. Tyler with 3 walks today. He's at second. Ishii's at third. The Barons lead by 2, and the count's 0-1 on Espinoza. The next pitch. Check swing on a breaking ball low, and they'll say he did not go. No appeal even, which is a little surprising, but the count's 1-1. Outfield straight away and pretty shallow for Espinoza. Puebla in some trouble, gets set at the belt. Middle target, here's the pitch. Fastball high and away, 2-1.
Oaks certainly have the unique challenge of not being able to rely on as many pitchers as they have been throughout most of the season.
Probably a big reason why Derek Turner got stretched out to 100 pitches today. 2-1. Swinging a high drive into left. Diving attempt stopped by Nagy, but he can't make the catch. 2-run score. A great throw by Nagy to get it in and prevent even more. But that is a big single for Israel Espinoza, who has his first hit in his last 28 at-bats. And the Barons lead 4-0.
What a time to snap a skid. As he's able to float that one into left field. Nagy tracked that one the whole way, but just had to play the short op. He was fortunate to be able to scoop it and not let it get by him, but another big hit for the Barons, and they've blown the doors open a bit.
The Oaks are down 4-0, and they've overcome deficits like this a couple times this season. Did so against the Saints on the road and against the Blues on the road, although they didn't win that game, as there's a strike to Sawamura. They also did against the Foresters on the road, and so each time the Oaks have overcome a 4-run deficit, it's been a different result. 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie, which happened against the Foresters. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing. It's a changeup low. They'll appeal, and the umpire says no swing. It's 1-1.
Well, the Barons today looking to be the 4th team that the Oaks would lose to on the road if that is the case today.
The Oaks 19-5 at home. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and away. It's 2-1 to the lefty Sawamura, who has a walk and a single today. And Puebla has been so dominant for the Oaks and appeared in a lot of games lately. This is his first time really struggling all season. 2-1 with a runner on first. Espinoza took a great time to get out of his slump. The pitch. Fastball called strike. That looked high, but Sawamura takes for strike 2.
It's a big strike for Puebla to get. Certainly a big difference between 3-1 and 2-2.
Bit of good fortune for the Oaks. Espinoza has a medium-sized lead at first. 2-2 to Sawamura. Swinging a chopper to second. Tracked by Mora. He flips to Aguilera and gets the lead runner for the 3rd out. But 3 runs scored by the Barons in this inning. MLB Academy leads 4-0. Looking for a big win at the road to get to the divisional round. We'll see what happens after this.
Left field, number 36, Bryce.
Bottom of the 6th, the Barons
Now batting
trail
for the
4-0,
Oaks, number
or
2,
lead
Daniel
4-0,
Boyle.
pardon me. And they have made a switch with the injury to Anthony Murphy. Bryce Morrison's in left, Nick Sanders is in right. And as we just pointed out, Sammy, over the break, with Shawnee Shee having pinch run already, the only available position player on the bench is Nigel Buckley, a catcher, as Voiles swings and misses for strike 1. That is tough for the Barons.
Yeah, they're really playing on the edge here. They cannot afford to lose anyone else. Not today or the rest of whatever their ride may be.
Elijah Clayton's here, but as far as we understand, he's still banged up. Next pitch is a strike to Voiles, but you have to wonder, I mean, do they, depending on how banged up he is, if someone else were to exit, what would be the move to do? Do you bring in Clayton, or do you bring in a guy who's a catcher and mostly plays behind the plate? We'll see what happens. The 0-2. Fastball called strike 3. Frankie Lopez has been exceptional. 55 pitches to get 5 1/3.
And he's only getting more comfortable as the game progresses, and he's gotten tremendous support from his offense as well.
The Barons haven't been in the playoffs since 2016, but based on this performance, it looks like they've never left. Zach Mora comes up in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out. The Oaks have 1 hit, and they've struck out 6 times. Lopez looks in, kicks and fires. Swinging a ground ball, third base side, just foul. That would have been a great breakthrough for Zach Mora.
Yeah, he got a great rip on that ball, just maybe a tad early. It was just outside the third base bag.
So 0-1 with 1 out. Mora struck out in the 2nd. He's back in. Shortstop Aguirre shifted far to his right. Big gap up the middle. Here's the pitch. Mora tips it foul into Ocampo, who it's hard to tell if he made the catch. Looks like he didn't. It's strike 2. Either way, it would have been. So an 0-2 count, 1 out. Barons up by 4, but thin on depth.
Yeah, Lopez has just been cruising through this Oaks lineup that has been very tough to handle for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, pitching depth is not the worry. That's the Oaks' worry, but the hitter depth is what the Barons have to worry about, but Lopez has been sparkling. 0-2. Fastball high, and Lopez has been bringing the velocity throughout the innings. Not the hardest thrower, but it doesn't look like it's ticked down.
Yeah, the Oaks have not seen him yet this season, but they're certainly seeing the way that he can strike.
1-2 with 1 out. Lopez delivers. Swing and a miss! 7 strikeouts for Frankie Lopez. The magician on the mound gets the 2nd out. Zach Mora is down on strikes for the 2nd time today.
Number 24, Owen.
This kid has been unbelievable. He picks up strikeout 7. He's just been lights out against this Oaks lineup and goes back to the top now with Mealy.
Mealy has grounded out twice. The lone hit for the Oaks came from Tyson Reese, who's on deck. The Oaks' season is in jeopardy. First pitch. Swinging a chopper, left side, foul down the line. Went high and eventually into the glove of Emmerman, and the count's 0-1.
And if the Barons shut the Oaks down again this inning, the Oaks are going to have just 3 more chances to come back.
The offense has been silent, but we have known the Oaks to come back in situations like these, both this year and in years past. They're trying to get 3 straight CCL championships, but they have to win today to do it. 0-1. Swinging a foul ball into the screen right side. 0-2 count to Owen Mealy. And for the Oaks, the mission just has to be get some hits, but really drive up Frankie Lopez's pitch count. He's at 61 pitches, and given the length he's thrown this season, he could easily come back out there for a 7th inning after this. 0-2. Swing and a miss. The slider sparkles again for Frankie Lopez, who strikes out the side and was 1 pitch from an immaculate inning. After 6, it's 4-0 Barons still. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. It's the top of the 7th. The Barons lead 4-0 over the Oaks, and Kyle Zahn becomes the third different pitcher to pitch for the Oaks today. He replaces Daniel Puebla, who struggled last inning, allowing 3 runs on 3 hits. Kyle Zahn comes back in, and he has been a great reliever for the Oaks this season, who also has 1 start.
Yeah, Zahn has had his ups and downs, but he's been a guy that the Oaks have seen come through in some big moments. He is 1-2 on the season, and following Puebla, who definitely got roughed up, didn't have his best stuff that we have seen consistently all season, and today was really the first time we ever saw him give up any runs.
Mark Emmerman is the batter. Emmerman is 0 for 3 today. He hit into a double play in his last at-bat. First pitch fastball upstairs for ball 1 from Kyle Zahn, who has a 4 ERA this season in 9 appearances, 18 innings, 8 runs allowed, 15 total, but 8 are earned, pardon me, and 14 strikeouts and 7 walks. 1-0 is a strike at the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, for Zahn, looks like the command has shown some promising signs, something that the Oaks have fallen flat on at times today.
1-1 is a curveball swung on and missed. Emmerman swung so hard that he lost his elbow guard, and it's 1-2. Great pitch from Kyle Zahn. You said it, the Oaks have walked 5 guys today, so not the best in terms of command as they usually are. Much better. 1-2. Curveball up high. Kyle Zahn with 7 walks through 18 innings has been solid with his command as well. And normally we talked about how good Puebla and Turner usually are at locating their pitches. That changed a little bit today. In a tough environment. 2-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball below the zone. Emmerman's 0 for 4, and that's the first out of the top of the 7th.
Well, a great start for Zahn in relief, and I mean, Frankie Lopez, he has just been an unstoppable counterpart on the mound for the Barons. He has struck out his last 4.
He's thrown 62 pitches through 6 innings and allowed 1 hit and 1 walk, and that's it. Jason Del Villar faces Zahn and takes a fastball in for a strike. And we mentioned Frankie Lopez having thrown 6 innings in his last start. In that game, he threw 80 pitches. He has plenty to keep going. The 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2. And it's not even out of the question, given that Turner threw 100 in this game. If James Bishop decides to extend Lopez similarly, he could try to pitch the whole game. It's not impossible.
Oaks did it last year with Charlie Decker in the CCL South South Championship game against the Saints.
0-2, fastball high to Jason Del Villar. Of course, the Oaks would just like to get some runs and change that reality. But Lopez has only gotten better as the innings have gone on. His worst stuff came in the first couple of innings. He was 1 pitch from an immaculate inning last inning. 1-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball way upstairs. And Del Villar strikes out for the 3rd time today.
Boy, Zahn has been sharp early on as he fans the first 2 in this inning. Now he's got to deal with Nick Sanders, who got the 3-run rally started last inning with his single.
Sanders lined out in the 2nd, flied out in the 4th, and singled in the 6th. He has batted .387 entering today. That's dropped a little bit so far, but he could elevate it with another hit here. 2 outs. The pitch. Fastball is a strike down the middle. Kyle Zahn has come in with an intensity you can feel. And this is interesting. We see Frankie Lopez meeting with athletic trainer Yoshi Shiratori and limping near the bleachers.
Uh-oh.
There's a curveball for a strike. And my goodness, that is unexpected. He's pulling down his sock right now, and we won't spy on him, but it looks like something to do with his leg or his ankle. And that would not be ideal for the Barons to have their ace injured at this moment. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper to third. Played on a hop by Whitco. He throws across the diamond for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning for Kyle Zahn, and we'll head into the 7th inning stretch, and we will see if Frankie Lopez is able to come back out there. An interesting development at Pirate Park. We'll be back after this. Bottom of the 7th, and this might be one of the craziest things we've seen all season. Frankie Lopez got injured between the end of last inning and this inning. He got his ankle taped up by Oaks athletic trainer Yoshi Shiratori, and in visible pain, he is still out there for his 7th inning of work after throwing just 62 pitches through 6. Lopez, we're not sure if he landed awkwardly on a pitch or if he hurt something in the dugout or what, but he is still pitching, and I gotta tell you, this is an incredible display of toughness, especially for summer ball.
Boy, this guy is a warrior. Whatever the case may be, he is out there through thick and thin. I mean, he has struck out his last 4 in a row, and we will see if whatever he was dealing with rocks with his momentum or not, but he defines toughness today.
And he is not looking good on his landing spot, limping considerably. He faces Tyson Reese first, and this is not a fun batter to face when you're hurt. Reese has 4 home runs, 14 extra base hits this season, and the Barons have just got to try to get someone warming in the bullpen because Lopez is in visible discomfort, and you don't want to throw a guy who's hurt in summer ball, no matter the situation. And he is visibly injured. First pitch, fastball strike. Doesn't matter. He's still going to throw heat. 0-1 to Tyson Reese.
Yeah, his leg pain doesn't have much to do with his fastball command, necessarily.
As long as he can land without hurting it further. Here's the 0-1. Fastball strike. And Lopez seems to be toughing it out. I mean, again, he's grimacing a little bit each time he puts that lead foot down. But he's still throwing him in there. It's an 0-2 count to Tyson Reese. Lopez was 1 pitch from an immaculate inning in the 6th. Struck out the side. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Throw comes to first, and that's the first out of the inning. Lopez has struck out the last 5 batters he's faced.
Unreal. This guy is a beast on the mound, and he has been absolutely beyond lights out.
Lopez has struck out 9 batters. He's thrown 65 pitches and got 19 outs. He's currently pitching a 1-hitter. Caden Stillwell is up. Pitch to Stillwell. Fastball chopped into the plate and off of the leg of Stillwell. 0-1 count.
He's really toughing it out for his team today, and he has been absolutely lights out. And if it would be ideal ordinarily for him to finish off this inning, and if the Barons have whatever pitchers they have in the bullpen to finish out the last 2 for Lopez, that would put them in a comfortable spot.
The 0-1 swung on, hit up the middle and through for a base hit. Lopez tried to field it and stumbled a little, and that's the second hit of the day for the Oaks. And who better to get it than Caden Stillwell?
One of the greatest contact hitters in the CCL, and on that shot right back up the middle, Lopez came up a little short of it, but you could also see some of the subtle discomfort that he was in, that he was showing some signs of, and he's got another strong hitter to face in Matthew Whitko.
Whitko, the lefty, steps in. The Barons have a little bit of action in the bullpen. First pitch, fastball fouled off to the left and out of play. Noah Aguilar-Tanpanich is stretching, and if he comes in, that's a guy that the Oaks have really gotten some good damage off of this season. They got 5 earned runs, 6 total off him in an inning and 2/3 the last time he pitched. Stillwell at first, Whitko at the plate, 1 out, 0-1 count. The next pitch, fastball hit through the right side hole. It's a base hit. Stillwell scooters around second. Whitko's at first. And the Oaks have unlocked some offense here in the bottom of the inning.
Oaks are knocking on the door here in the 7th inning. And they're looking to get to Lopez, which they may have done. They're at least a single away, a well-placed single away from getting on the board. With Antwine at the plate, 2 on, and Oaks down by 4. The on-deck batter, Zach Nagy, represents the tying run.
Here's Tyler Antwine. The pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. Lopez gets the slider, and the velo looks to be declining a little bit, but he's still throwing his pitches and still delivering them with confidence. This is the longest outing of any pitcher in an Oaks game this season by inning length, not by pitches. Not even close to by pitches, for that matter. Lopez has thrown 69. Bunt shown, pulled back. It's called a strike anyway down the middle. The location is still impeccable. Just 1 walk for Lopez.
He's been outstanding, and he has also shown some vulnerability this inning with the back-to-back singles, but we'll see how he can respond. That's going to be key.
This is the best chance the Oaks have had all game. 0-2 with 1 out and a 4-0 game. The pitch. Slider just outside. Lopez really wanted it, and it's 1-2.
Boy, what a take by Antwine. That's probably just the toughest one to take as a hitter, the one that looks close, but it's just not close enough.
1-2 with 1 out. Frankie Lopez in his 3rd summer with the Barons, having his best outing of his career. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss! Make it 10 strikeouts for the Barons pitcher. Frankie Lopez is still going, but the Oaks still have a threat with 2 outs.
And Zach Nagy is certainly capable of coming through and making that spark pay off.
Nagy has been big for the Oaks this season. He has a walk today along with a flyout. And with that walk, he has now reached base in 9 in a row. 2 outs, 2 on. 4-0 Barons lead. The Oaks need to get some back right here. The pitch. Fastball chopped to third. Leapt at by Emmerman. He throws to first. It skips. It's a close play, and the runner's out. Emmerman makes a nice snag at third, and that completes 7 shutout innings for Frankie Lopez, who's being helped off the mound by his catcher. He gets a high five from his coach. That might do it for him. Cheers from the crowd after one of the most amazing pitching performances you'll see at any level. The Oaks have been threatening, but they're still down 4 after 7 Barons lead. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Top of the 8th, the Barons lead 4-0 over the Oaks, and Kyle Zahn is still pitching, and he readies to face Bryce Morrison. And Morrison's first at-bat this game, he replaced the injured Anthony Murphy.
Morrison.
Kyle Zahn was great last inning, pitched a 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts, and he gets Morrison, who is appearing today, 14 for 42 on the season. Pitch is swung on and missed, and the fastball up for Zahn has been consistently great.
Yeah, the command has just been really on point. He's been throwing the ball with a lot of authority.
Zahn pauses. Here's the 0-1. Fastball up for a ball. Kyle Zahn last pitched in a start against the Blues on the 23rd, allowed 3 earned runs, 5 total in 3 innings pitched. He's got a 4 ERA on the season. He's back in his typical relief role today. Has a 1-1 count on Morrison with the Oaks down by 4. Zahn delivers. Fastball hit hard to right, high and foul, and out of play.
And I was just thinking earlier after Morrison had doubled Murphy had doubled and then gotten hurt to come out, would it not have been wise to just pinch run Morrison there and save Ishii possibly for later to have more players?
Sure. I mean, you got to think about it, especially with what we've talked about as the 1-2 tying in. We know the Barons don't have much position player depth. Nigel Buckley is the only healthy player available, although Elijah Clayton's also here. We don't know if he's available or not. But Buckley's a catcher, and Ishii, he is faster than Morrison, who does not have a stolen base this year. But still, I mean, Ishii's not available anymore because of that. There's a curveball inside, 3-2, and it may not matter for this game, but if the Barons were to have one more player go down, they might have to do something strange with their lineup to keep it going. And it is going back to the fact that, yes, they did pinch run Ishii and then make him come out of the game for Morrison. 3-2. Swing and a miss! The curveball for Kyle Zahn is sharp, and it gets him his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, you got Morrison to chase that one there. Some filthy stuff from Zahn as he's been working quite efficiently, probably about as efficiently as we've seen him work this season.
1 out, and David Aguirre is up. Aguirre is 1 for 3 with a single. The kick and the pitch. Fastball away, gets past Voiles to the backstop, and it's 1-0.
Aguirre has 1 hit on the day. He singled to center field back in the 4th inning.
1-0 with 1 out. The next pitch, fastball low and in to Aguirre. The Oaks got 2 hits last inning off Frankie Lopez, but stranded both runners. The Barons, if this lead holds, would head to the Riptide tomorrow on the road to play in the divisional. Win or go home, the 2-0. Hit hard to left, down the line, and just foul by a foot. Aguirre got a good smack on that ball, but couldn't keep it fair.
Boy, he yanked that ball pretty hard down the line. Probably just a foot or 2 foul.
It's a 2-1 count on Aguirre with Isaac Ocampo up next. Zahn gets the middle target. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball, foul right side. It tracks out of play. So 2-2. Good job by Kyle Zahn to work back.
Most certainly. He's been battling Aguirre here, and Derek Turner put up some great battles against a lot of these Barons hitters. Was able to come out on top in quite a few of them, but they certainly got to him.
The 2-2. Curveball popped up, right side foul and over the press box. And yeah, Frankie Lopez is the standout pitcher today, but that doesn't take away from Derek Turner's excellent day. He threw 100 pitches, but allowed just 1 run through 5 innings, 2 hits allowed. And it was one of Turner's best outings this season. The stuff has always been there, but he should get a ton of credit for toughing it out in some difficult at-bats against good hitters. 2-2. Swinging a hard drive into the mid of Whitco at third. That's the second time he's gotten a line drive like that this game, and that's the second out.
Glove's been a ball magnet today. Earlier, he caught one. It was a leaping catch on a ball driven hard by Nick Sanders. He's able to haul in another one.
Isaac Ocampo gets ready. Ocampo is 0 for 3, although he does have an RBI ground out in the 4th that brought home the Barons' first run. The Oaks have 3 hits today and no runs. Barons have 5 hits and 4 runs. The The pitch. Curveball hit on the ground to third. Played by Whitco on a few hops. He skips and throws, and Kyle Zahn delivers another 1-2-3 inning. 3 strikeouts, no hits allowed for Zahn. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 2 chances left for the Oaks, as we may have a new pitcher for the Barons coming out after this. Bottom of the 8th at Pirate Park, and the Oaks have 6 offensive outs left to come back. The Barons do have a new pitcher. Frankie Lopez is done after 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts, and no runs in 73 pitches. Now Matthew Krause is out there, and Krause has been red hot for the Barons. It has been 8 innings pitched, scoreless for Krause, and 13 straight since he has allowed an earned run. The last earned run he allowed was on the 16th of June against the Riptide. Last run overall on July 7th against the Foresters.
This guy has been outstanding, and we've already seen him throw some hot gas to the plate. He's got a 3.0 ERA, and he was last seen for the Barons on July 21st against the Santa Maria Indians, where he threw 4 innings and allowed just 2 hits, shut out the Santa Maria Indians in the 4-1 win. And he's going to be a very, very tough pitcher for the Oaks to try to come back against. And we got to highlight Frankie Lopez. He was absolutely phenomenal and outstanding. 7 shutout innings, just 3 hits. Had by far, I would think, the best game of his CCL season, possibly his college career.
Absolutely unbelievable from Frankie Lopez. And now Matthew Krause is out there to face Danny Aguilera. Aguilera's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout today. The Oaks have come back from down 4 3 times this season. Once it was an 8-4 win against the Saints on the road. Once it was a 9-9 tie against the Foresters on the road. And once it was a 12-11 loss to the Blues on the road, where they got walked off. They have not been down much at home, so that's why you're hearing about it on the road. 19-5 at home, the Oaks are, and 3-0 at home against the Barons. Krause's first pitch to Aguilera. Swung on and hit high in the sky to center. Sawamura runs in on it. He skates to his left and makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. So good start for Krause.
Now batting, catcher, number 2, Aiden Boyle.
And now Aiden Voiles is coming up. Voiles today has struck out twice, and so has the man on deck, Zach Mora. Krause winds and throws. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. This is some of the most trouble the Oaks have run into all season on offense, still being shut out in this game. Next pitch, swung on and missed for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. The Oaks have only been shut out once. It was against the Saints on July 16th.
We knew that this was going to be a tougher game than usual between these two teams, especially for the Oaks, even though they have beaten the Barons each time at home up to this point.
0-2 hit on the ground, past Krause. Stop made on the backhand. Throw to first from Espinoza, close play. And the runner's out. Fielding excellence for the Barons. And the Oaks have 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th.
That's the other team that's made the Barons so great today and this season, is that their defense has been tight and locked in. And, you know, I thought that ball was going to be a base hit up the middle. And as soon as Espinoza got that one, it was still a tough play, but he was able to make just a good enough throw for Del Villar to pick.
Neither team has made an error this season, or this game, pardon me. And here's Zach Mora, the pitch. It's a fastball low. Kraus can get up into the low 90s with his fastball. He's got a little more speed than Lopez. So far, he has been just as effective. 1-0 count with 2 outs. Outfield is deep. The Oaks got a rally. Next pitch. Check swing. They'll say it was tipped into the mid of Ocampo, and it's 1-1. Mora steps back in. Kraus pauses for a while. He winds and delivers. Sinker goes just inside. It's 2-1. Kraus has got multiple movements, different fastballs, as well as a slider and a changeup. We'll see if the inning goes well for him if he comes back out for the 9th. 2-1. Fastball. It is just low and away. Good check swing by Mora to make it 3-1.
Yeah, he was able to lay off. And the Oaks down to their last 4 outs. They've got a lot of work to do in a little bit of time.
3-1 with 2 outs and nobody on. Kraus delivers to the 9-hitter Mora. Breaking ball just inside. Good take on the slider, and Mora gets a walk. That's just the 2nd walk for the Oaks today. Here comes Owen Mealy, hitting leadoff. The Oaks are without their top hitter, Brandon Contreras, today. Contreras is batting .413, but he's missed the last couple of games due to a hand injury suffered on Friday after being hit by a pitch against the Slow Blues. It was a painful hand injury, and he's actually walking around right now, but not well enough to play today. The pitch, swung on, chopped to short. Played by Aguirre, he throws to second, and the Barons have shut out the Oaks in 8 innings in a row. We'll go to the 9th. The Oaks need to shut down the Barons and get at least 4 to keep this game going and their season going. We'll see what happens after this. Top of the 9th, the Barons are up 4 with a trip to OC tomorrow on the line. It'll be Jackson Tyler, Israel Espinoza, and A.G. Sawamura to face Jaden Valdez, who is coming on for the Oaks. Valdez has been stellar for this team, a .346 ERA this season, coming off a scoreless inning against the Philippines on Sunday. And he'll just need to keep it scoreless here to give the Oaks a chance to get 4 in the 9th to tie, 5 to win.
Yeah, he just needs to keep the Barons where they are, and we thought we might see him later in the game on Friday against the Slow Blues at Sinsheimer. The Oaks ended up staying with James Latshaw to finish the game. He ended up taking the loss.
First pitch, swung on and missed at the letters. Valdez loses his hat, and that's strike 1. And how about this team? A team that hasn't made the playoffs since 2016. Under first-year head coach James Bishop, sneaks into the playoffs as the final wild card team and is putting on a show. The 0-1 called strike 2 at the knees, and this is a team that also doesn't have much depth available in the field today. Only one healthy position player on the bench, and it's a catcher in Nigel Buckley. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss. Valdez gets 3 pitches for a strikeout. That's the first out of the 9th.
Just the way you want to start the inning if you're Valdez. Able to silence Tyler at the plate.
So here's Israel Espinoza, who broke out of an 0 for 27 spell with a 2 RBI single in the 6th to give the Barons a 4-run lead. Pitch. Fastball low and away for ball 1 from Valdez.
Espinoza had a big 2 RBI single his last time up in the 6th against Puebla.
Here's the set from Valdez. Kicking the pitch. Fastball hit hard into center. Trackable for Mealy, who runs into his left and makes the play. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Here comes Eiji Sawamura to try to keep the inning going. Sawamura is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. And he will get ready to go against Valdez, who's looked sharp through 5 pitches. 1 strikeout and 1 flyout. Valdez from the stretch. Kicks and throws. Fastball up and in on Sawamura for ball 1. Jaden Valdez, a recent commit to Cal State LA to play Division II baseball. He has just been a guy who was so clutch for the Oaks. No blow-up innings. Next pitch is a fastball up, 2-0 count.
Sawamura able to check his swing there. He's certainly been clutch both at the plate and on the bases. Got a bunt single earlier.
Valdez looks in and comes to the belt. The 2-0, right down the middle on a fastball for strike 1. Next pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. Sawamura chases and can't hit Valdez, who has continued to be excellent on the mound. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Called strike 3 on the outer edge. Dominance from Jaden Valdez. And the Oaks are still in position to tie the game with 4 in the bottom of the 9th and to win it with 5. Can they do it and save their season against Matthew Krause? Find out after this. A trip to the CCL South Divisional is on the line, and the Oaks are 3 outs away from their season ending. Down 4-0 against the Barons. Matthew Krause is out there for his 2nd inning of work. He got a 1-2-3 inning almost in the 8th, just allowed 1 walk to Zach Mora, and he faces the heart of the order, 2-3-4, Tyson Reese, Caden Stillwell, and Matthew Whitco, with the Oaks needing 4 to tie and 5 to win.
Well, the Oaks saw the Saints pull it off against them right here at Pirate Park on July 11th earlier this season, and we'll see if the Oaks can pull it off here. It's a long shot, but this is a team with a ton of heart, fight, and grit, and there's nothing we have not seen them able to do.
The Oaks have scored 4 in the 9th while down just once this season. The pitch is a fastball strike to Tyson Reese. It happened against the Foresters. They went up 9-8 after being down 8-5, then tied the game 9-9. They've also come back from down 4 against the Saints and down 7 against the Blues. That pitch misses outside to a win and a loss respectively, but neither of those comebacks were in the 9th. So the most the Oaks have scored in a comeback bid in the 9th is 4, and they need 4 to tie. The 1-1. Fastball just outside. It's 2-1 to Tyson Reese. Krause has thrown 14 innings in a row without allowing an earned run. The kick and the 2-1. Fastball low, and it's 3-1.
Well, Tyson Reese playing it right here, being patient at the plate as Kraus isn't necessarily as quick to get ahead as he was last inning.
3-1 with nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside, and Tyson Reese takes ball 4. Reese getting on base for the second time this game. That's the 3rd walk for the Oaks today. And that is just the start they needed.
Yeah, and just the 3rd walk of the day for the Oaks. That goes to show you how lights out and how on command Frankie Lopez was before Kraus.
Caden Stillwell is up with a runner on first and nobody out. Pitch to Stillwell. Fastball low and away for ball 1. Stillwell had a sacrifice bunt in the first, a strikeout in the 4th, and a single in the 7th. The Oaks just have 3 hits today. Reese is at first with nobody out and a 1-0 count. Season on the line for the Oaks. Down by 4 to the Barons. Kraus sets. Kicking the pitch. Slider just low. That one looked very close, but good fortune for the Oaks makes it 2-0. Kraus's location has not been as good as it was last inning. Reese off first. It's a 2-0 count with nobody out. Throw over. Reese gets back safely ahead of the tag from Del Villar. Matthew Whitco's on deck for the Oaks. Stillwell steps back in. It's a 2-0 count. Reese over at first. Outfield deep. Deepest in center and right. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle at the knees for strike 1.
A much-needed strike for Kraus, just his 2nd of this inning. The walks have certainly not helped the Oaks from the ones that they've allowed, and Lopez only allowed 1. Kraus is now allowed 2.
2-1 with nobody out. Middle target from Ocampo. Long pause and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Kraus mixes up the speed and gets Stillwell to swing early, and the count's 2-2. Stillwell paces around. A guy who has hit .356 on the season entering today. Been on base in almost every game he's played. So many clutch hits for the Oaks this season, and right now he's trying to play a big role in keeping the year alive. 2-2. Swinging a high drive into left center. Long chase, and it falls for a base hit in front of Morrison in left. Reese stops at second. Stillwell is the only Oak with 2 hits today, and the Oaks have 2 on and nobody out.
The Oaks are not going away that easy against the Barons as Kraus has fallen short in the first 2 batters. His command has not been as sharp as it was last inning, and gonna have a mound visit here.
An abnormal start to an inning for Kraus, who is going on 14 innings in a row without an earned run. It's a meeting with the Oaks having 2 runners on base and nobody out. Matthew Whitco's up, and don't go away just yet. If Whitco gets on, the Oaks will have the game-tying run at the plate with nobody out. It's up to Whitco first. Whitco has a hit today. 2 groundouts, a single in the 7th. The Oaks looking to three-peat in the CCL, and it starts here against the Barons, a team that has not made the playoffs since 2016. The winner faces the Riptide at 7 tomorrow at Great Park. The losers eliminated. Outfield deep for Whitco, who has 1 home run this season. Here's the first pitch. Fastball tails just outside for ball 1.
Well, you saw the 3-1 walk to Reese, and Stillwell made Kraus work quite extensively at the plate, and he was able to float one out to left center field.
1-0. Swing and a miss. A brutal breaking ball from Kraus makes it strike 1.
Well, that certainly helps Kraus out. And Whitco cannot get flustered or startled here.
Tyler Antwine is on deck. 1-1 count, nobody out. Reese at second, Stillwell at first. Next pitch to Whitco. Fastball chopped up the middle. Kraus plays it, looks at second, throws to first, and the play is there, but that's not a bad out for the Oaks as both runners advance.
Yeah, if you're the Oaks, you might have been nervous at first, but
Right fielder, number 38.
Whitco was able to move both runners over. That's going to take more than that for them to tie this game and keep their season alive.
Tyler Antwine is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, but is in the game now trying to get a big hit. He has 1 home run this season. It came back on July 8th against the Bombers, and it was a 3-run blast to give the Oaks insurance at this field in the bottom of the 8th. He needs a big hit now to get the Oaks back in it. First pitch. Fastball hits him. It looked painful where it landed, but Antwine takes first base, and the game-tying run, and Zach Nagy comes to the plate.
This is starting to get a little interesting here. The Oaks with the bases loaded. Nagy has not gone yard this season, so it would be a long shot for him, but he can certainly get at least 1 run home. He'd love to get more, but he's just got to think 1 run at a time.
No home runs in his college career for Nagy. A double play could end it for the Barons. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. Now it's Reese at third, Stillwell at second, and Antwine at first. Danny Aguilera's on deck, and there's 1 out in the inning, 0-1 count. 4-0 Barons. This is the Oaks' best chance all day. Kraus pauses and delivers. Fastball fouled off to the right and out of play, and it's 0-2 on the left fielder today. The Oaks trying to save their season in the bottom of the 9th. Outfield deep, bases loaded, 1 out, and an 0-2 count. The game-tying run is at home plate. Kraus steps off.
Kraus just needs to rebound here. He's had some hurdles early on in this inning, but he could end it all right here.
The Barons will be looking for a double play. The Oaks want 1 in the outfield. Long pause in the 0-2. Fastball up and away. Nagy elects not to swing, and it's 1-2. The winner will face the Riptide at 7 tomorrow at Great Park. A tough place to play for any road team. The loser is eliminated. Middle target. The 1-2. Swinging a high fly ball foul right side over the fence. It lands in the snack bar. We have not seen that all season.
Well, before the season ends, you can check that one off the bucket list.
There you go. One-two count with 1 out. Bases loaded. Nagy focused on the task at hand. Kraus shakes off a couple signs. Now accepts and sets. Bases loaded. 4-0 game. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball up above the letters. 2 outs in the 9th.
Now batting, shortstop, number 39, Danny Aguilera.
Here is Danny Aguilera, who is 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 flyouts today. Aguilera enters today with a 2-game hitting streak, had 2 hits against the Philippines. He's got 1 triple, but no doubles or home runs this season. He's got the bases loaded. 16 RBIs for Aguilera on the year. Kicking the pitch. Fastball up and away for ball 1. And Kraus has walked a batter and hit a batter this inning, so it's not unfathomable that he could bring someone home on a walk. But his location got better with that last strikeout. 1-0 count. Next pitch. Up high, ball 2. 2-0 count on Danny Aguilera. Reese at third, Stillwell at second, Antwine at first. All quiet at Pirate Park. 2-0 from Kraus. Slider, called strike at the knees. That was a good pitch that really went backdoor on Danny Aguilera.
Yeah, it's just a tough one to judge as a hitter. And Kraus definitely needed that one.
The game-tying run is at the plate. Outfield deep. Aguilera will look to put one in front. 2-1. Swinging a pop-up foul over the press box. 37 games have come down to this. The Oaks are down to their last strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Barons lead 4-0, looking for the shutout and looking to move to Orange County tomorrow to face the Riptide in their first playoff appearance in a decade. Kraus looks in on Aguilera. The Oaks' three-peat bid is on the line. Here's the set. Aguilera looked for time, didn't get it. The 2-2. Swinging a pop-up on the infield. Chased by Espinoza and Del Villar. It's a crowd, and Del Villar makes the catch. And the Barons shut the door on the three-peat. They defeat the Oaks 4-0 on the road and move on to the divisional.
What a job by the Barons, and a rather improbable outcome. The odds from the history of the season were in the Oaks' favor at home, but Frankie Lopez, the Storm, just shut out the Oaks. 7 incredible innings on his part, and he ended the game limping, but he really took one for the team there. But what a season it has been for both of these teams. And for the Oaks, they fought hard until the end, but the Barons, they came out with the win, and will head to Irvine tomorrow.
Yeah, huge congratulations, of course, to the Barons in their first playoff appearance since 2016. And a win like this, Frankie Lopez went 7 innings of 3 hit ball, 10 strikeouts, a truly deserving winning pitcher who pitched on a sprained ankle. The Barons lost Anthony Murphy to injury, and it was a tough game for them. They almost ran out of depth, but they still pulled it off, shutting out the Oaks. And like you said, what a season it's been for the Oaks. Didn't end the way they wanted, but they competed till the end in this game. The Oaks finished the season 21-15-1, and the three-peat bid is over. Nonetheless, though, what a pleasure it's been to cover this team this season and see all of the outstanding pitchers and hitters that the Oaks have had to offer.
Absolutely. Calvin, it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a pleasure working with all of our intern staff. Want to give a shout out to McKenna Solis and Christina Ty. Shout out to David Solis, head coach, Scott Rudinsky, pitching coach, Jose Valle, Connor Mullen, Joe Garcia, all of the staff, all the interns, and just the team staff. So many names to name, but this is a team effort, not just from the team that plays baseball, but for the team that makes it possible behind the scenes.
Absolutely. It's not easy to run summer ball, but the Oaks run one of the smoothest operations out there, and it's all thanks to those people and many more, and all of the other interns who work for the Oaks this season. That will do it for our coverage after 37 games. Thank you to all the parents and all the fans who tuned in throughout the season. It's truly been an honor and a pleasure to cover the Oaks for every single game this year, and an honor to work with you as well, Sammy. One last time, alongside Sammy Fawn, I am Calvin Kaplan saying so long. A great season for the Oaks ends in the wild card. Barons are moving on to Great Park tomorrow. It's a 4-0 win for MLB